Okay, so today we are going to talk about sequence. Our I can statement's right here, and it says I can sequence events in a story. I went and I explained what sequencing is, and sequencing is putting the events in the order they occurred. Putting the events in the order they occurred. How we do that is we use what's called transition words, and transition words are words that help connect ideas, phrases, sentences, or paragraphs. And there is several types of transition words, but one type is the sequence or the words that show sequence or the order of events happened. We call those also time order words. Sometimes you'll see them as time order words. And I'm going to change this one to finally because I keep messing this up. Okay. So some examples of sequence transition words are before, after, next, then, finally, and then the traditional first, second, third, fourth. And usually you see those with when you're cooking and looking at recipes and everything, and while. Okay, so when we see the word before, we know that the event is usually taking place at the beginning. Usually, not 100%, but usually it's at the beginning. After, next, and then can be either in the middle, or at the end. Finally is the end. Okay, so if I said afterwards, and I spelled afterward wrong. Okay, afterwards. Are we going to find that at the beginning, or are we going to find that at the end? Okay, and you would find that one, and I'm going to circle in gold at the end. Okay, so we are now going to go and we're going to look at this sequencing thing. Okay, and we're going to look at this and we're going to look for the transition words. So one of these has no transition words. So let's look first for that. Okay, so I'm going to read this little story. I have it all mixed up. And it says, after I went to the supermarket, I drove home. On Saturday, I went to the supermarket. Before grocery shopping, I wiped down the cart. Finally, I brought my groceries into the house and put them away. While I was shopping, I bought food for my family. Now, so let's look at this. And which one does not have a transition word? So if you said, on Saturday, I went to the supermarket, you are correct. So since that does not have a transition word, we know that that's going to be the first event that happened. Okay. So now let's look for the transition words. So let's start with the first one. After I went to the supermarket, I drove home. So if you said the word after, you are correct. Okay, let's erase that so I can make it look better. Okay, how about the next one? Before grocery shopping, I wiped down the cart. So what is the transition word? So if you said the word before, you are correct. Finally, I brought my groceries into the house and put them away. Okay, so if you said finally. While I was shopping, I bought food for my family. Okay, so if I said while, good. So I'm going to use my handy dandy thing, and we're going to put these in order. So which one would be the first one or second one? Before grocery shopping, I wiped down the cart. Then what? While I was shopping, I bought food for my family. After I went to the supermarket, I drove home. And then finally, I brought my groceries into the house and put them away. Okay, so last question is, did we find the transition words at the beginning of the sentence or the end of the sentence? Okay, See you later.